Alright, hello everybody. This is going to be a first impression. I didn't expect I would make another one. Depending on how it goes, I might do more in the future. I'm going to keep those as... I'm going to give myself rules when it comes down to first impressions. Needs to be a banner that I am actually interested in the characters of. Need to actually know the character to begin with, just so I can actually keep the complaining on who is in there to a minimum. And to the two people who are curious what unit I would have preferred to see on this banner, I would have loved to see Pent and Louise. Especially since Louise is literally the most popular character of FE7 that has not been added to the game. So anyway, let's move in. This video is most likely going to be much shorter than the usual though.
Only one can wield the sword. That is the law of our clan.
Hi, Ira. What do you mean that's not Ira? It's literally Ira with a white fucking outfit. Raph, that means we'll have a new unit with Raph in the pool. Definitely welcome. We now know that even waves are going to be a thing as well. I still feel like they're kind of I don't want to say an awful skill, but they're not great. They can be a bit gimmicky purely because they don't work all the time, and that other half of the time might be a turn where you actually need the speed or attack. I will say though, even is better than odd. Because odd, you just won't tend to have anything that you can actually do on turn one. Like on turn one, you'll be preparing your troop more than anything. You won't actually attack. On the second turn is where you actually fight. So even is much better, especially getting that first fight in and make it work. Now, Vassal Blade, I really wish Ira had that weapon instead of the of Ira's Blade. Not that Ira's Blade is a bad weapon by any means. It's actually really solid. But the main problem that it had is just you tend to actually replace that weapon for Slaying Edge. Cooldown -1 plus Wrath means insta Regnal Astra every start of turn. So it was much better. So this is actually really good. You'll most likely be running one cooldown moves because of Wrath, because that way you can always start the fight with just Wrath Moonbow or Wrath Glimmer. Most likely going to be Moonbow, because if anything, what I'm expecting her stat line to be like is basically Mia's. But because of the weapon she has, she'll be overall better than Mia, and not by a little, if I'm being completely honest. Also, Vassal's Blade. I can already tell people are like, "Oh, I should upgrade my Phantom Speed Seal." I personally wouldn't. It's like if foes higher than the enemy, like if the foe speed is higher than the foe speed, boost damage dealt by 70% of the difference between stats. You will want to be doubling with her, right? So you'll tend to have 5 or more speed over the enemy, right? So you already are at 3.5 damage. The cap is 7. So at best you get 3 attack. At worst you get literally nothing from Phantom Speed. So it's not ideal whatsoever. I'm not saying it's garbage. It's definitely not. But if you're really like obsessed for damage, go just for an attack plus 3 seal. At least that will help you at all time. So yeah, let's move on.
How can I refuse a fight?
I really wish our artist did Ira as well.
Can't win in a fair fight, so I use trickery.
Alright, here comes the most interesting character of the banner, if I'm being completely honest. Legault. I was not expecting Legault to be added to the game, but, I mean, he's here. What's nice about him is Glimmer, because he's most likely going to drop to 4-star. Glimmer is going to have a new character to give it to get it from, because let's be honest, Longku has Glimmer, but he also has Vantage, which is a bit more precious than Glimmer. Baruka is nice, but you tend to at least want a 4-star plus tenor because she's really good for an arena assault. He, on the other hand, is a bit of a throwaway for many reasons. So he's very likely to drop to 4-star. Swift Strike is very likely to be available at 4-star. No one cares. Speed and res is honestly a very useless combo, more often than not. However, Attack Tactic. Attack Tactic is actually going to be in the pool. Most likely going to require you to 5-star him, but I mean, that's the same thing with Larashel, and honestly, I'm pretty happy about this. It's definitely welcomed. As for the cleaner, this is the first dagger, post-dagger refine that has been added that is not legendary / stuck to 5-star units that you can actually get. The thing that's nice about this is, as we've seen with Kaze, even if they don't have a plus, they do have the after combat if unit attack inflict, in this case, death and res -5 on target and foes within 2 space of target through their next action. This is insanely welcomed. So you don't have to 5-star a dagger unit, refine the weapon of the dagger unit, and then you get it. You can just kill him at 4-star for a worse cleaner that has the debuff. I'm saying this because this is the first time we've got this in the pool after the banner when he drops. Unless they pull an Eris on us and just make Karla drop for whatever reason, or Nino, which makes absolutely no sense. Nino has a full kit, and Karla is absolutely insane. Raph in the 4-star pool, like, come the fuck on. That's not happening. Especially with also a new skill. Especially with the legendary weapon she's got. Like, fuck off. But, yeah, it's really nice to see that dagger in there. And for, like, all of 5 people who thinks this is a blade tome dagger, it's not. It's significantly worse. In the sense that it takes your enemy's buff into consideration. So you want your enemies to be buffed the fuck out, and then your damage will be buffed to shit. There's a couple problem with this. If the enemy team does not have anything that is in drive, you're fucked. Like, you'll be relying on your enemy having double rally to do a bit more damage. It's not great. In general, you never, and I mean never, want to rely on your enemy to give you resources, because that's unreliable. You can't control what enemies you fight. So, yeah, the first effect is kind of but I'm still definitely welcoming him in the 4-star pool. Great addition on that. Also, the dagger looks cool as fuck.
Gotta fight dirty.
ASMR voice, Jesus.
A horse with wings is called a Pegasus. Bet you didn't know that, did ya?
No shit, Nino! Alright. Giga Excalibur. Does that mean we're going to get another refine on Merrick in the next month? Oh my god. Excalibur gets a refine, he gets Dark Excalibur, he gets the Giga Excalibur, like what the fuck? Merrick is getting all the fucking love. But, moving on. Grant speed +3 instead of the cooldown -1. This is, I don't want to say awful, but this is definitely less good than Karla's weapon. It's still good, mind you, but just not nearly as much. Again, what I said about Phantom Speed on Karla applies here. The main reason why I say this is, by the way, Karla has even speed wave, so if you have that, I'm sorry, but you'll most likely have like 45 speed. Why the fuck would you run Phantom Speed? But anyway, so in Nino's case, she has Swift Sparrow, and I feel like she's most likely going to have 36 speed. Um, so that's like 40 speed. Then with like gold flyers, it's going to go even higher because this synergizes really well with gold flyers. If you really don't give a shit about Giga Excalibur, you can just throw that shit away and then like replace this with Blade Tome. It's going to work exactly the same. In fact, you'll probably hit like a truck. The tome itself gives her speed plus 3, so if she has like say base 36 speed, it goes up to 39. Had Fury, that's 40, well, Swift Sparrow actually, 43. One Go, that's 47. You have no need for Phantom Speed whatsoever. On the other hand, if this weapon becomes a weapon Merrick can wield, boy, Merrick actually could maybe use Phantom Speed since his speed is not all that great. I mean, I know my Merrick hits 45 speed, 47 speed actually, but it's not that easy for a lot of people. So, alright, it might be good, but I don't know. I still feel like you'd rather just run speed plus 3 as a seal if you really want more speed in combat, but also have more chance to double. It's the same thing with Ira, by the way. Like, Phantom Speed, oh, that sounds fantastic! I can actually use this to proc Ira's blade, but you need to double to proc the Regnal Astra to actually get the kill, so speed plus 3 is better. It's dumb. On that to say, though, she's good. Definitely a good weapon to have. Moonbow, I feel like, is fucking a meme at this point. Like, what the fuck? Like, literally, switch Moonbow into Karla, because she has Wrath and she has a cooldown -1 weapon, and then switch Draconic Aura, which she has, to Giga Excalibur. Already better choices. Like, I don't know, that just feels really stupid to me. But oh well. Swift Sparrow. So, how many fucking unit has Swift Sparrow in the pool now? I think we have like 6 characters with Swift Sparrow now. Like, what the fuck? We have so many characters that have it. Like, we've got World of Tracy Allwyn, we've got Ishtar, we've got Nino now, we've got Bunny Lucina of all fucking things. We've got Bravelyn, that's already 5. I feel like I'm missing one. But like, Jesus Christ. That's so many Swift Sparrow. But I mean, it's a good skill. I'm definitely glad to see more unit have it in the pool. Once Nino, well, after this banner, it's like, we're going to have like 2 units in green with Swift Sparrow, so yeah, that's actually kind of nice. Aerobatics. I feel like they actually gave us Flyer Formation purely because this skill was about to come out, because by itself, Flyer Formation is not garbage, mind you, but it's not great either. But with Aerobatic, you can literally, like, it's basically Grimoire Tome effect if you have both. So that's really good. But at the same time, I don't really see the point. I'd see the point if you're in a tactic team and Nino was using a bond skill, because teleporting next to an enemy means that you can use a bond skill with them. And because of the bond skill, you get more stat than Swift Sparrow. It persists in enemy phase as well. So I could definitely have seen that happen. But now I'm like, I feel like Desperation will definitely be better for the character purely because she has so much speed. It tends to be an issue a lot. Recently they've been giving us so many B slots, And it's really hard to make it like, to actually go and be like, you know what, that's better than literally anything I could run. Like Defres Link. Why would I run this on Saneki when she can hit like 40 plus speed easily? With just 2 gold, she already hits 42 speed. And that's without an A slot. Like, what the fuck? Now, I just hope they won't ruin Nino like they did every fucking ranged unit and their mother. Please, just don't. I'd like her to have the same kind of bulk that her infantry version has. Obviously, maybe increase her BST. I know Sanaki got increased BST, so I'm expecting Nino to have 150 to 151 BST, which is 3 to 4 more BST than base Nino. So essentially, like, I want our base version's bulk with our attack and speed. I don't know, like, a bit more HP. It's really like, I'm not saying I want to have literally the same unit, but I kind of do. Because as a flyer, that bulk that feels underwhelming becomes actually really good. I think she has 22 def and 26 res. I'm going by memory right now. Add Fury to that if you don't want to run Swift Sparrow to have more bulk. That's 25 def and 29 res. You had 45 flyer, which the base version cannot run. And that's, you know, 31 def with, like, I think I see 36 HP. That's 67 bulk. You can easily, like, attack, get hit by a distant counter unit, attack again, then you're in desperation range. It's actually really solid. So, I just hope she doesn't end up like, ooh, I have 16 def and like 30 million res! Woo! Even though, like, res is basically a dead stat at this point. Seriously, when will IS just realize we just need to completely remove BST from the equation? I would fucking kill for that to happen in Arena. Because then if you remove BST, and make every unit score as if they had 175 BST, well, you'll actually have variation in Arena. You'll have more than like a pool of 20 units you can find in Arena. That would be welcomed. Like, very fucking welcomed. Anyway.
Fly, Pegasus!
The King's Demise. I can't wait to see Surtur fucking die. My boy Canas is over there. A very low HP pool. Though I feel like this is maybe normal or hard. Please, for the love of God, don't make him another rest tank that has no speed whatsoever. Please. I'm so sick of it. Like, we've got Leon as a rest tank. That was free. Well, rest tank and some def. Actually, probably the best stat spread for a free-to-play red mage. We've got Arvis. Well, yeah, he's a ployer. We've got Julius, the disappointment. And like we've got maybe 2 more. I can't freaking remember for the life of me. And I'll be honest. We also have Sanaki, Lilina, Sophia that are all rest tank. Though Sophia is also a def tank. It's like, can we please have like offensive red mage? I get it. Tarja is one of them. Morgan is another one of them. But can we have a free-to-play red that actually has speed as well? Like, I don't think we've got any of those. I think like Arvis was the closest with like maybe 31 speed, which is middling to say the least. I would like to see Canas with like 35, 36 speed. And I know I can already tell a few people are like, that's too high. And to those people, I'm like, you can only merge him to +1 because he's going to be a Tempest Trial unit. How do I know this? I mean, Linus has been confirmed as GHB. The banner characters have all been confirmed. Where the fuck do you think Canas gonna come from? Your ass? No, from Tempest Trial, obviously. I can already tell some people are going to get mad and just go, well, he could also be on another banner like Rajad and Co. I think they realized that this was a fucking mistake. I think they realized that was a goddamn mistake. So, yeah, no. But, yeah, I really hope Canas actually has a new kind of stat spread to add to the fucking pool or whatever. I feel like when it comes down to Tempest Trial unit and GHB unit, unless in the long run they actually introduce something that allows you to give merge to a free-to-play unit of your choosing, I feel like you need to make them good, like actually really good, because they don't get IVs, they don't get merges, so at least like give them a fighting chance. Like for example, a great example is Arden. Arden has follow-up ring, which is unique only to him. But the fact that he can only be merged to +1 really limits his options, right? That's the same kind of thing I feel like every Tempest Trial unit should be. They should always have like a unique skill that makes them like really go like, wow, that's actually really good. That's actually a really solid idea. Or something, like anything really. But oh well. That's just my thoughts. As for Linus, I feel like he's most likely going to have the same weapon as Leaf, because that's literally the weapon he uses in FE7 after he becomes a morph, the Lightbrand. Part of me kind of wants to see a better Lightbrand, so Leaf can actually get better as well, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll see. Either that or he's going to most likely have a fucking Brave Sword because we know he's a sword unit. Don't have enough of these. But yeah, I think that's basically all I have to say. I'll see you in what, 2 days for after the data mine so I can actually make a video about the banner. So yeah, see you guys later.